First thing I want to talk about is some changes on our offensive football staff. Coach Derek McCall has been appointed to co-coordinator on offense, and he'll be in charge of the play calling and also coaching the quarterbacks. Coach Chad Germany will assist him on offense and coach the wide receivers. Coach McCall will be in charge of the game plan, play selections. He'll call the plays from the press box. Coach Germany will be on the sideline in charge of personnel, substitutions, and signals. Moving forward, we'll have some different looks in our personnel and scheme because of the change. In fairness to Coach McCall, it gives him an opportunity to work some of the things that will help us be successful moving forward. I met with each coach individually, and we all feel like this is the best thing for our team moving forward. We met with our team this morning in our team meeting at 5:45. We gave them the change, 5:15, excuse me, and we went out and had a good practice this morning, and that concludes that part of the matter. And I don't want to answer any questions on that issue because, one, is there anything new that we're doing strategically, any changes in formations or any changes in personnel? Will give our opponents an added edge. So I just feel like that at this particular time, the change is made, we're moving forward, and we're trying to improve our football team and trying to get better as we move forward.
Questions?
When you tell the players, did they seem like they thought it was a good idea as well? I mean, were they receptive to it?
They walked out the door and we went to practice.
That's right.
What are your thoughts now? I mean, big rivalry game coming up on Saturday. Just what are your thoughts on a game where you guys are still essentially, even with this terrible start, you guys are still in the SWAC race?
Well, that's the thing about it. Our kids still are practicing extremely hard. They still have a great attitude. They still have a great work ethic. They still have a great spirit. And the thing that we want to do is just keep fighting. Just fight together, not fight each other, but just keep fighting. And and to keep a spirit of enthusiasm, of morale, of motivation, and things like that. So those things are more important to me than anything else. That our kids, they'll fight, they'll stay together, we'll remain a family, a close-knit family. And, we're backed in a corner, and let's just our true character is now revealed of who we really are at this stage of the season.
Have you noticed, even any sense of quit among the players or anything like that?
No. I mean, we met Sunday with some of the leaders of the team, and they said, Coach, they're set practice and lifting weights and running and lifting, and they were all on time, and they met and they watched their film, and they did everything like we normally do on a Sunday, and they went out and practiced Monday morning, and they practiced this morning, and just like we're 0-0, so they're still very faithful, they're still very loyal, they're still very coachable when it comes to those things.
You talk in general about Coach McCall and what he brings to the table.
Well, he's an experienced play caller. He played quarterback here. He's coached quarterbacks, and he's been through some adversity and adverse situations. So he adds a lot. It means a lot to me and our staff.
Talk about Southern a little bit. I know on the conference call yesterday you talked about how their quarterback play had kind of improved and that it helped lift them. Do you feel like they're hitting their stride?
Well, they are a team that plays team ball. They're big, strong, physical, and tough. They take on the brand of their head coach, who's a disciplinarian. They play with confidence and a swag. They have a swagger or an air about themselves, not cocky, but they're physical and they want to push you around, and they've got some great athletes to go with all of that. And so they are definitely one of the stronger programs in HBCU and in the SWAC right now.
Talk just about coming back home and playing and how that helps just to be at home.
It's been a tough ride. 5 of your first 6 games all on the road. We can make a lot of excuses, but we have a lot of young players that haven't had a chance to play in that stadium but one time in their young career, and it's been tough. The process has been tough for them, especially freshmen and sophomores that may not can adjust to a lot of things. Sleeping in a hotel, riding up and down the elevators, riding down the buses, eating in restaurants, and then expected to still go perform at a high level against good football teams every single week. And so it's a growing process and a maturing process that we have to go through in order to become a great football team that we're expected to be.
Usually at this point, I'd ask you about playing younger guys in the season, but you guys have already been doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've got 40 freshman newcomers play.
Yeah.
How do you think that's affected, you guys going into these games?
There's no doubt. I've been coaching a long time, 32 years. If I took 7, let's say I took a team and I'm starting 22 9th and 10th graders against teams that have 22, 11, and 12th graders. Unless we're just super duper talented and more talented than the other team, there are a lot of cases that would be a sizable disadvantage, but when those 9th and 10th graders become 11 and 12th graders, they're a lot different football team, and that's from an experience standpoint. So, when you take a lot of young players and you play the competition that we've played this year, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to not be as focused at times and lack of maturity and growth and development. So we're a developmental program. We want to develop kids to be the best that they can be when they become juniors and seniors. And unfortunately, we're in a situation where we have to play a lot of young players, and they make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes have cost us football games. And it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, and it definitely creates challenges for us every day because you just never know what a young player is going to do in a crucial situation. Like C.J. Holmes playing corner, starting at corner. He's a walk-on, true freshman walk-on corner who didn't even travel to the first 2 games, and he's out there starting for us because of injury. He gave up a big play. He got baptized, and he came back and made some plays. So unfortunately, that's what young players are going to do. They're going to be inconsistent, but as they get older, they become better players. And I don't know, maybe in life, if that even y'all's jobs as you start out as young reporters, and maybe one day y'all will be the anchor on ESPN and you'll be the publisher for Sports Illustrated or ESPN the magazine, But right now, you're not. Maybe that is your ambition. I don't know. But,
In terms of the quarterback position, is Lyle still your guy? Any changes there?
Oh, I'm gonna meet with Coach McCall and the other staff, and we're gonna, see what's best for our team at this particular point.
Last question.
That's me.
All right.
Cool. Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.